One this time around. Street stock feature. Go, we're racing, and down on the inside it's Stephen Cook who gets the better of that start, leading into the hairpin corner for the first time in front of Ryan Kayla. Kayla's got Luke Wilkinson very close behind as they go round Pagel's corner. One getting right out of line is that of John Stoward. Drops backwards 3 or 4 places as Wilkinson has a little look down the inside of Ryan Kayla, and right now they're all chasing car number 13, Stephen Cook. So Stephen Cook, Ryan Kayla, Luke Wilkinson. Next one there will be Reece Meekins as they go past the canteen and under the tower. John Stoward in front of Luke Gray and the 22 car, trying Brad Cedars to get back to the front of the field where he started. Up to Pagel's corner one more time for Stephen Cook. Stephen Cook leads them around under the tower. Ryan Kayla would be the next one. Back behind him is Luke Wilkinson, and then we go back to Reece Meekins through the hairpin corner. John Stoward now to the better of Brad Cedars. The 5 car, Luke Gray, would be the next one, and then Sue Chapman in front of Brandon Stoward. Our lead car coming up to car 69, that of Chris Hillhouse, and the 7 car of Brad Priestley. So some of the slower lap vehicles now in front of car number 13, Stephen Cook. Cook tries to thread the needle down the middle and will successful in doing so as he goes under the tower. Luke Wilkinson, the next one in line, has got the lap cars to deal with as well. The lap cars do not have to move out of the way, but they have to just maintain their line as Luke Wilkinson gets by. Ryan Kayla tucked in there as well and trying to get up in terms with him is John Stoward. So Stoward now in amongst the lap vehicles with Ryan Kayla. Brad Cedars is in there as well. While this is happening, the lead car has been able to clear away, and that's Stephen Cook. Goes under the tower to the better of Luke Wilkinson. Ryan Kayla is the next one into the hairpin corner in front of John Stoward. Brad Cedars will be the next one around, and then we come back to Reece Meekins with Luke Gray. And we got a problem in the top corner. Brandon Stoward has got the car facing in the right direction again. We'll line them up. One behind the other. Ready to go, folks, this time. The outside of the witch's hat for our race leader, Stephen Cook. Go, we're racing. It's nice and close at the front of the field. Ryan Kayla miles out of line as they went under the tower, and John Stoward said thank you very much. Reece Meekins tucks it in there. Race leader Stephen Cook has got car 31, Luke Wilkinson, right on his boot lid as they go under the tower one more time. John Stoward in hot pursuit, arriving at the hairpin corner. Car number 13, Stephen Cook, to the better of Luke Wilkinson. John Stoward, Ryan Kayla around the top corner. Back then we go to Reece Meekins, and Luke Gray would be the next one there. Dropping back through the field a little bit was Brad Cedars into the hairpin corner. Nose to tail they are. Have a look at on the outside, Ryan Kayla trying to pull the big one off. Stephen Cook has got Luke Wilkinson right on his hammer as they completed half the race distance. Under the tower for Stephen Cook into the hairpin corner. Luke Wilkinson gives him a little tap. Also Wilkinson and John Stoward as Ryan Kayla moves up underneath Stoward, moves him back one place. Back then to Reece Meekins as they go under the tower one more time. So Ryan Kayla on a mission again, right up on the tail of Luke Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it a little wide. coming off the hairpin corner, shuts the door on him though. Around Pagel's corner, past the canteen goes our race leader, Stephen Cook, Luke Wilkinson, Ryan Kaler, John Stoward. Back then we go to Reese Meekins and the 22 of Brad Cedars. Back then to Luke Gray as our lead car starting to come up on some of the slower vehicles one more time. Under the tower goes our race leader. Got a bit of a lead this time back to Luke Wilkinson. Wilkinson's got his hands full again with John Stoward as Ryan Kaler tries the big outside pass. It doesn't work that time around. Long way back then to Reese Meekins in front of Brad Cedars. Under the tower one more time for our race leader. He's got some lap traffic in front of him again. Moves to the inside of Brandon Stoward. Next one in his sights is Chris Hillhouse as Luke Wilkinson has now got John Stoward right on his hammer. Back behind him is still Ryan Kaler with Brad Cedars getting himself up one more position into the hairpin corner, and it's a real congestion, but Stephen Cook manages to get himself past. Have a look at the congestion behind. Luke Wilkinson's in there. Where can I go? John Stoward is right there as they move to the inside and then to the outside of Sue Chapman. Ryan Kaler almost turns it around in the hairpin corner, and John Stoward gets back past him. Race leader is out in the fresh air, which is exactly what he would like. Under the tower he goes. Brandon Stoward has got Luke Wilkinson working behind him. John Stoward is still there along with Ryan Kaler. They move Brandon Stoward out of the way. The race is 4 positions, 2, 3 and 4 around Pagel's corner. Our race leader under the tower. That's Stephen Cook. Back then to Luke Wilkinson. John Stoward, Ryan Kaler. Next one on the racetrack would be the 22 of Brad Cedars. Through Pagel's corner for the next to last time. The white flag waiting out for him as he goes under the tower. Back behind him still is the 31 car of Luke Wilkinson. John Stoward, Ryan Kaler, race leader, heading towards the white flag this time. So he's got a lap to go. Plenty of excitement back behind though as Ryan Kaler gets it all crossed up again. Luke Wilkinson's through the hairpin. John Stoward's in trouble. The car's given up as Ryan Kaler goes by. Checkered flag time goes to Stephen Cook. Luke Wilkinson, Ryan Kaler. Next one home will be Brad Cedars in front of Reese Meekins. Hard luck there for John Stoward. The thing just stopped right at the end. But well done. Well done to Stephen Cook. Led the way in the street stock feature. Stephen Cook. As Stephen Cook goes around, folks, put your hands together for him. Big night in the streets. And as we've said, a couple of weeks' times up there at Kingaroy is the state street stock title. 17th of next month. So well done. Stephen Cook takes out street stock feature.